You understand that there is no value in a woman that isn't even able to take care of her own house, right?
Huh? Why are you saying all that to me now?
I'm talking about how recently, no matter what's going on, you've been slacking off from doing your chores. It really pisses me off after coming home from a long and tiring day at work to see that my house is a mess and you're nowhere to be found.
I'm getting pretty close to having our baby now, and the doctor told me to take it easy around the house, right? And to make sure that our baby is okay at childbirth, I really need to relax a bit. If I start to move around too much doing a lot of the more strenuous chores, I end up out of breath too quickly and form a headache. I'm trying my best to get all the easier work done still, so how about you start helping me out a little bit for a change?
I don't care about you being pregnant. You were the one that wanted to have a baby, Cecilia. So you're gonna have to cut the crap and start picking up that slack right now.
What? You were the one that agreed with me that you wanted a baby, right?
I don't ever remember agreeing with you on something like that. So I'm telling you right now that if you're not going to keep the house in good shape for me, I won't be coming back there. I don't want to come back there. So, for the time being, I won't be coming back to the house until after you're done fooling around.
You're not coming home? Where do you plan on staying for the time being, then?
I'll be staying with one of my younger coworkers at their place.
I just want to ask this for the sake of knowing. That coworker is a man, right?
That has nothing to do with you, Cecilia.
I think it dang well does. I'm the one that's been paying for this house, so you think it's okay for you to butt into your coworker's place without handing them any money?
If you think I won't be able to pay my coworker, you're wrong. I'll just ask my dad to cover for me or something.
Do we even know about what's going on with them right now to say something like that so confidently?
I know about them and their situation. And I know that things are going really well for them right now.
Well, I haven't seen you talking with your dad in a long time, Peter, so are you sure?
I'm getting tired of all this talking. You're a real pain in my butt, Cecilia.
Wait, Peter, are you going to ghost me now then? Matt?
Hey, Cecilia! How have you been feeling lately? You were telling me before that things were getting pretty rough for you over there.
Yeah. Well, things have calmed down a bit recently, so I think I'll be okay now.
You don't have to try and lie to me about being alright. If you're still having a rough time, let me know, okay? I know that you're the type to play it all cool. And push yourself to the limit to make sure nobody comes to help you.
Well, thank you. By the way, is Peter in the office right now?
Nope. Right now, he's out with one of our younger employees, so I don't think he's around.
Is that younger coworker he's with a man or a woman?
Her name is Stacy Williams, and she's really young, actually. And recently, the two of them have been going out with one another quite a lot to get work done.
What's going on?
I just feel a bit weird about saying all of this to you, since you're his wife and all that. It's a bit of a mystery what's going on with those two while they're working together.
Is that right? Well, you can wait to tell him this next time he's in the office with you, but when that time comes, can you tell him that a package has arrived for him?
I don't mind doing that for you at all. But let me ask, is he even coming back to your guys' house anymore?
Well, no he isn't.
What the hell is that bastard doing leaving his pregnant wife at home all alone?
And soon I'm going to become a mother to my baby. I don't even want to think of what will happen come to that.
Remember back in the day when my dad left my house and family behind? You came to help me and make sure that I was okay when I cried. So I really want to help you out with this in case something... Well, you know what I'm getting at. So if you're worried about him, something should be done now instead of later. I want to make sure that your dream of having a loving home comes true. So I'll be at your side whenever you call for me.
Thank you. Hearing something as caring as that from you makes me tear up a little.
You don't have to thank me for that. Ah, and by the way, how's your dad doing?
Well, he's doing as good as we thought. But you shouldn't have to be asking me that. You're the one that sees him a whole lot more than me there.
But while I'm here, I try and focus on only the business side of things, and less on him being a friend. We have to make sure that we don't get too close to one another while doing business.
Don't worry about him. My dad is just the kind of man that loves seeing people as his family and friends.
I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess we can grow a bit closer. Anyway, I'm going to start looking further into what's going on with Peter for you, okay? I'll even give him a call or text to catch up a little.
Please.
Yo, were you talking with one of the people at my work yesterday? What the hell are you trying to do? Are you a freaking idiot doing something as stupid as that? If you have something to ask me, then you call me instead of my office asking about me.
Well, I just assumed that if I tried texting you, you'd just leave me on read and never get back to me. And it's not like you answer the phone ever. So how the heck do you want me to contact you, Peter? Email? Fax?
Are you kidding me? I will get back to you when I'm ready to. That's how this whole texting thing works, alright? You're just supposed to shut up and wait for me to continue the conversation.
But inside of the package that you got, there's an invoice and everything for you. You have to come over here and get it pretty soon.
Go ahead and pay for that package yourself then. I shouldn't be having to say that to you anymore. You really are one of the most useless women on this planet, you idiot.
You think I have to? I have to be the one to pay for this package that came in the mail for you?
Of course you do. What kind of wife are you if you're not willing to take care of me? You're supposed to stay quiet and take care of all my needs at all times. That's what the ideal wife is to me. But you're anything but ideal to me. Always talking back to me with that snake's tongue of yours. This is the whole reason why you're no good to me.
Talking back to you?
Compared to you, this younger gal, Stacy, is perfect for me. She's willing to do anything I ask of her, and is so darn cute.
Are you talking about the coworker you've been working together with a lot recently?
Jesus, have you already heard about her and I? Well, this makes the explaining a whole lot more easy for me then. I'm going to give up on being with a loudmouth, back-talking, idiot woman like you, and fix everything with that younger and more attractive, selfless gal, Stacy.
What the heck? What the heck do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I'm saying, Cecilia. I want the two of us to get a divorce, and for you to stay out of my life. You never seem to take a hint when it comes to me, and your manners are just awful. I know for a fact that the only use you have for me now is being thrown in the dump.
You're screwed up, Peter.
I'll make sure to send you the divorce papers in the mail with my half all filled out. You fill out your half, and then hand them in as soon as possible.
I just received the divorce papers in the mail. Are you sure this is how you want to end things between the two of us then? We talked about our future together before we got married and made a promise. I told you about how my mother passed away when I was young and that my father only ever spent his time at work. So I wanted to make a much more loving and warm family for us so that I could have what I never had in the past. And you promised me that you'd be at my side helping me make my dream come true. That's why I'm working so hard with you to make that dream come true, Peter.
Oh, so it's finally arrived at your place then.
You don't even care about what I just told you.
You're being annoying, Cecilia. I don't care what you have to say now because it's already too late and I've made up my mind. Now hurry the hell up and get those papers handed in. If you can't get that done for me soon, I'll never be able to marry Stacy this year.
What the heck were you doing making a promise like that with me if you never had any intentions of keeping it? Being stabbed in the back like this, it really, really hurts. You're just going to leave me thinking that my dream means nothing to you.
You already know that I never cared about your dream. And you should have learned that before marrying me. Now, in order to make my dream come true, hurry up and leave me so I can be happy with Stacy.
I never expected you to be this kind of person. If I'd known how selfish you really are, I would have never said yes to your proposal. You are the worst, Peter!
And had I known that you'd be such a brainless idiot who only ever talks to me about her feelings, then I would have dumped you right then. I thought you'd actually be good wife material for me. Well, I'm glad we're finally getting divorced now. And it's not too late for me.
I see then. Let me check on one more thing with you before we leave each other. Are you really sure that you want to get this divorce?
I told you, I don't want you anymore. I already filled out my half.
You're not going to regret one bit of this?
You're being a jerk now.
Well, if you're 100% set on this, then I won't say anything else to you. Goodbye forever, Peter.
Bye-bye. Make sure you never come around me again, okay? Jeez, you still haven't blocked me after what happened last year? You must be a freak for still thinking I'd ever come back for you.
Huh? Peter? What do you want from me now of all times?
Well, listen here. Stacy ended up having a baby, right? And well, now that there are 3 of us living in this small place, it's not enough room for everyone to be happy. We've actually been living in the same apartment that she moved into when she started working with me a few years ago. And it's only really meant for one person. So it's way too cramped now.
Well, I don't really care about that. Whatever's been happening with all of you is no interest to me, so get on with what you want here.
You seriously have no idea what I want right now? Even after what I've told you? Still brainless, I see then. What I'm trying to tell you is that the house you're living in right now goes to me, and you get the hell out of there.
Excuse me? Stop saying such jumbled crap like that to me. That makes no sense at all and is just wasting my time.
I should have known there was no way of talking with you about this. Well, I guess I'll have to say this in the simplest way possible. The only reason you've been living in that house the whole time is because I've allowed you to. That house has always been my house, and I want to live in it again. And right now is the best time for me to get you out of there and move my family in. How much longer are you planning to be a squatter in my home, you lost cause of an ex-wife?
What are you talking about, Peter?
I told you. That house is my house, and I'm going to have my family live there now. So get the hell out of there right now.
The fact that this is all out of left field has left me a bit speechless. Are you sure you have any idea what you're talking about right now? Have you started some new medication or something?
Stop trying to even justify this and get lost. I was being very considerate by letting you stay there for over a year now, but that consideration is up and it's time for you to go. Now, if you don't get out of that house real soon, I'll have to come over there myself and force you out.
Listen, Peter, I feel that you have some serious misunderstandings here.
I'm the one with misunderstandings?
Yeah, about this house. Have you not known a thing about this place? I'm the one with my name on the place, so it's not yours.
Huh? You're lying. What the hell are you going on about? There's no way your name, of all names, is on my house. Because look, back when we had that place built, I gave you half to pay for the construction and everything, right? So that means that me, the one that was making most of the money in the house, should have their name on the house.
You thought you were the one providing and paying for the house. You.
Yes, me.
The man that left his pregnant wife all alone at her house for a few weeks before telling her he was with another woman was the breadwinner of this house? That's a really good joke you just told.
I'm not joking, Cecilia.
I can see that you've forgotten everything, so allow me to explain. Back when this house was first being built, you did say that we'd pay half and half for this house.
Right?
But in reality, you never did end up paying anything, right?
Well, yeah, back then I didn't have the money just yet to pay for the place. So you never got the money from me, but...
And when the house was fully built, I had to pay the whole bill for the place, right? You remember the day that happened, right?
Is that right? Ah, hold up. I remember what happened now. Because right after you paid, my parents gave you the money I owed, right?
You are right in that your parents did end up giving me money for your half of that bill. But listen, Peter, I handed that right back to them.
Huh? I don't get what you mean by that. Why the hell would you do something like that with my money?
Your money? Peter, this house was for the both of us to raise a family in, right? I couldn't just keep having your parents, especially your dad, pay for things that we should have been paying for ourselves. So I was just thinking that until you saved up the money to pay me back for paying your half, I'd wait, and wait, and wait. Well, after a while, though, you stopped saving up the money to hand me anything, and soon after that, things changed.
But unlike you, I had all sorts of things that I was paying off at the time anyway.
I don't care about what you had to pay off behind my back. I never went out spending on all sorts of needless things like you, and instead worked really hard to save up my money for the house. I did so well, in fact, that I was able to pay your half of the bill as well in the end. So there you go. That's the reason why my name is on this house and why it's mine.
Well, at this point, who cares whose name is on the house? I've had enough of your jabbering, so hurry up and hand that place to my family.
What? Do I have a reason to give you my house?
I don't give a crap if you have a reason or not. I'm the one with a very important one, and that means I get the house.
What reason do you have that is important enough to force a stranger to give you their house?
I've already finished preparing everything for the move, so there's no going back now.
You already did all of that? Why the heck would you start packing everything up to move to a new house when you don't even have a house?
I do have a house, and you're squatting in it right now, you freak. Stacy has even gone ahead and canceled her contract here, so we have to be out by the end of the month. What the hell am I going to do if you won't leave my house? Are you asking for the three of us to become homeless or something?
I mean, you're all strangers to me, so I couldn't care less what happens. I just want to relax in my house without you blabbering on my phone all day.
Huh? I have a baby here right now that was born only a few days ago, Cecilia. And you're a mother yourself, so you should understand my pain.
Dang right. That's why I've been taking care of my baby to the best of my ability. Now get lost!
For crying out loud. Cecilia, I've had enough of this messing around from you. Do you not have a heart for anyone?
What is it now? Are you really sure you're not on some new medication? I can call the hospital for you and have them come out and help.
Are you making fun of me now?
Kind of.
You're the one that told the company I work for something you should have never said.
Huh? Why would I have anything to do with the company you work for?
Stop playing dumb. I was called by my boss this morning to come to his office, and when I did, he started to tear me a new one. He began to explain to me about how he learned I was dating Stacy. If all of this wasn't your doing, then who the hell would have told him about her and I?
Are you sure they didn't just learn about you themselves? I mean, perhaps you just didn't do a good enough job hiding it.
It couldn't have been so easy. I made sure to keep everything under wraps the whole time, so not even my closest coworkers would find out. But now, I'm going to lose everything I've worked so hard for. All at the worst of times. I'm only just starting to grow my family, and this is how it's going to go? You are like the devil, Cecilia. Being married to you was the worst mistake that I've ever made, and now it's gonna bite me in the butt now.
You're going way off the rails here. I've already told you I didn't do anything with the company you work in, so stop thinking it was me.
I know you're lying. If it wasn't you, then tell me how this all happened.
It was Matt.
Huh? Matt? What did he do?
Well, he was the one that noticed you and Stacy always being around one another first. And since then has been very suspicious of what you two have been up to. He thought that what you were doing with her and how you'd always be around her was very strange, so he took a bit of time to look into you two. And he came to tell me that he'd talk with you guys as bosses to have a bit of an investigation started into the both of you.
Why the hell would he do that, though?
Matt ended up taking a good look at you guys' schedules all the time and would also look into both you guys' backgrounds there.
Has he been trying to stab me in the back or something?
You and Stacy are the ones who have been stabbing the company in the back this whole time. You both wouldn't even go out to work together. Rather, you'd use the time you should have been working to have fun with each other.
I asked them to do all sorts of work for me to cover for my time out of the office.
Did you now? Well, I'm not too sure what all the company has on you both, but it's not great pushing your work onto other coworkers so that you have time to sexually mess around with another employee.
What the hell is wrong with him? He's going to ruin everything for me.
What are you talking about? Matt tried talking with Stacy about how something like playing around with you could jeopardize the both of your positions there. But she never listened to him. He really didn't want to tell the company about everything, but you both didn't seem to care about your jobs as much as you cared about one another.
Well, if he was going to try and keep us from ruining our jobs there, he could have come to me about it as well.
Hey, he was being very nice by waiting until after Stacy had your baby, right? Heck, you shouldn't even be in that house with her right now because that housing is meant for only one tenant to live in within the company. If you want to be there with her and not pay for your stay, then you have to understand that when the company finds out about it, you might lose your job.
For frick's sake. But wait a second. There are always those two that I can rely on for times like these. Whenever I feel like I'm in a pinch and help financially, I could just call on my mom and dad to come help me out.
You're going to ask your dad to help you? I think you're better off not doing that right now with him.
Stop trying to get me all freaked out by saying that. It's not gonna work. Bye now. Hey, bud. So you thought it was a good idea to tattle on Stacy and I to the company? What do you want with me, Peter? You knew about my parents, didn't you? Are you talking about how Cecilia's dad's company and your parents' company ended up merging into one firm? So you knew about it all along. Why do you know about things like that? Well, even if you were trying to hide that from everyone, I was the one that made it all happen for you. Huh? Why did you? I happen to be a decent friend of Cecilia's father, so I helped him work with your parents to merge companies. Then tell me why, when both of them merged equally, her dad is in a higher position than my parents. Did your parents ever talk with you about your family's company and the financial situation it was in? Well, I'm sure they never thought it'd be important to tell you though, huh? Well, to give you an explanation, their company was starting to head south. I never knew that. Well, if they never told you about it, you probably would have never listened to them, right? It seems that Cecilia's dad was doing wonders in the business world, and when it came to the merger, it was actually your parents that asked for his company to take theirs over. Are you sure? Crap. I can't believe you know more about my family than even myself. How could you do this to me, though? Do you hate me or something? Keeping secrets about the company and my family from me? You're the one that ended up stabbing all of us in the back, you bastard. Huh? You went and threw your wife and baby away. And instead of doing work for the company, you pushed it all off onto me and had an affair with Stacy. Whether you feel like you're my friend or my business partner, you stabbed me in the back with both of those things. So don't you dare sit there heckling me about how I should have been telling you about your own family and their company. Why are you so upset about Cecilia, though? She has nothing to do with you. You've known for a long time that she's my best friend, and yet, you've made up the most selfish reasons for breaking her heart, and mine. I don't ever want to see you anymore. Crap. I guess I'll never ask for anything from you ever again, then. Cecilia, please. Can you talk with your dad about all of this? I was once your husband, right? Right?
You think me, of all people, would want to help you out of your own mess? You destroyed my dreams, Peter, and now you get to suffer for that. That dream was something I was looking forward to even before we got married. But the moment I said I was pregnant, and soon after that you left me, all just to save yourself from having to do a little work and to be with some younger girl you met at work. This is what you get for being a sleazeball. And it's not like you only threw me away either, but your own dang child. I'm not helping you with Jack because I can't accept that you're a person in the first place. Nobody's going to help something they can't understand or accept.
But I happen to have a little baby myself now. If you really are a mother yourself, then you can feel my pain and help us, right?
I do feel really bad for your baby and the struggles it's about to face.
Then...
But that being said, I still don't give a crap about you and your wife and will not be giving you my house because you feel like you deserve it.
Do you not even have the ability to sympathize with other humans?
Are you sure you have any right to be saying that? Because I only just told you that to me, you're not human. So how am I supposed to sympathize with some kind of mutated monster like you? I have a very cute and important son with me now. And I've chosen to make him my #1 responsibility, and that will never change. So I'm never going to let you or your scummy wife lay a hand on this house. And since you were the one that made all of this happen, I sure as hell am not helping you.
The house we live in is going to go bye-bye, and the company we both work for hates us now. They're going to cut both our salaries and benefits. What are we going to do from now on?
Remember how I checked to make sure you were okay with all this a while ago? I asked if you had talked with your parents about leaving me and if you were even okay with that choice. And you, Peter, told me that you would be fine without me. You're a goddamn adult now, so take some goddamn responsibility for your choices, would you?
I get it.
What?
You're still on your own now, right? You haven't gotten married to anyone new yet, right?
And?
I'm sure your baby wants to have a father, right? So I'll give you the gift of getting back together with me.
Peter? What about Stacy? Are you going to do all of this again? Throw her and her baby out this time.
I have no choice now. I've started to find out that to stay happy, I'm better off with someone like you over someone who's about to leave their apartment, right?
I'm done with you, Peter. You don't seem to have a lick of responsibility or humanity in you. I think that both Stacy and I are better off not having a dick like you in our lives. By the way, I'm going to be sending you a few things later on. So when you have a new house, if you have a new house, tell me the address and I'll send it all your way.
Huh? Wait. What all are you talking about?
I'm talking about things to do with you cheating on me. I'd known about it for a while now, and I'm going to take you to court over it. And there, you're going to have to pay me big time for what you've done.
A settlement? I don't have any reason to pay you anything.
Well, here's the deal. If you don't want me sending that to your office to have handed off to you, then tell me your address when you get one.
Wait, please. Tell me what the hell I should be doing right now.
I don't know. You're a waste of everyone's time anyway. Maybe go die in a hole somewhere. I became really busy for a while there, so I'm really sorry for not getting back to you sooner. Thank you for everything you did. If it wasn't for your help on the company side of things, then I would have never been able to get evidence of Peter cheating. You really helped me out this time.
No worries. Have things in your life been calming down now then?
Sure have. I'm a lot more relaxed now than I was before. But I have had something I've really been itching to ask you. Why have you been so nice to me this whole time?
You're my best friend, and there's nothing I want more in this world than to see you stay smiling.
I can't believe that.
Well, to be fair, what Peter and Stacy were doing was not okay for this company, and I wasn't going to let them get away with it. Also, I'm in the same boat as you, being only raised by one parent. I only ever had a mother, and so I was always wishing to have a more full family, if you know what I mean. That's why when I saw Peter breaking that dream of yours, I was furious, and I couldn't watch it continue. You never did anything to deserve something like that, Cecilia. So I thought it was my chance to protect you and your baby.
I see. Thank you, Matt. After that, Peter ended up going back and getting help from Stacy's parents. But unknown to Peter, Stacy and her parents had been talking about what was going on with Peter. And when those documents ended up arriving at his in-laws' house, they saw how much he was going to owe, and Stacy no longer saw any reason in staying together with him. And that day, the both of them got a divorce. At that point, Peter was now out 2 wives, and in a panic started to go on dates with random women from a dating app. But nobody would bite after the first date, and he soon started to stress out so much that he'd take it out on others at work. And soon after that, he lost his job within the company. He had nobody else to rely on but his parents, and after going home to them, they began to work his butt off there without ever giving him a chance to breathe. When the court date came up and he had to come face me in court, both his parents brought him in while he cried in their arms. But of course, nobody was sympathizing with him, and he was forced to pay, in total, $15,000 to me in the settlement. But not only that, he had to start paying child support as well, since my child was technically his that he gave up. A few days after that, I received all the settlement money from his parents, and they'd also handle the child support as well. But of course, in return for that, Peter would only be worked harder by them, and he would get to really know what hell was like. By this point, he pretty much had no chance of ever making it out of their house again, and will most likely end up being their caretaker when they both grow old enough. Only recently did I go out to go shopping with my kid, and as we were out, I passed by someone who looked similar to Peter, but looked like he was in his 60s due to stress. But let's be honest, that couldn't have been him, since he'll never get away from his parents ever again.